This week, we drop part 2 of The Gears Turn in the reimagining, which also means the listen along is coming along. I've got a few updates on production, and I ended up in an eating contest. All this and more, but first, a message to our heroes. Hey everyone, if you're hearing this quick message, you're in the public version of TABTA. Right now in the Heroes of Edra version, I am chatting with them, thanking them for supporting the series and help keep the lights on while we're so small, and sharing little songs and stories and behind the scenes stuff. So if you guys want access to that and to support the series, help keep the lights on while we're still a small little shop, you can check us out on patreon.com/7th Valkyrie, that's 7THVALKYRIE, and learn more. Anyway, on into the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to TABTA, the adventure behind the adventure for the 7th Valkyrie, where we watch one series go from total obscurity to maybe 7 seasons and a movie, or maybe we just find the power of friendship along the way. I'm your host, Colin Sharp, creator, current voice of the 7th Valkyrie, and yeah, it's great to have you with us. First, just talking about what's coming up, we got Gears Turn Part 2 coming out. That's going to come with a listen along. Enjoy. This one was a really good addition to the tension. You know, the progression of things that happen throughout this chapter as you build and build and build from kind of what happens with Val. I just love how a little bit of musical vigor, a little bit more intensity of like as the city's coming to life just makes a big difference. So give it a listen. Other than that, what's going on with 7V and me? Expecting to have listen-alongs in 11 to 17's reimaginings coming your way. Those are finalized from a production standpoint. I just need to write and record a few things here and there to get those kind of polished up and off to y'all. Also, details are locking into place for Season 3. First major arc of 3 is in place. I can kind of start writing it tomorrow if I really was focused on that as my thing. And that would also be if I wanted it to just be decent. And what I love is to be able to call back to the threads that I'm writing at the end and really make sure that they've got full emotional and kind of cohesive build-up throughout the whole season. So that's why it takes a long time to write this stuff. Anyway, other than that, oh, cool. This has got me vibing and heading in a good direction. So this is good news to you guys. My favorite sports team, Arsenal, are just like rising from 2 decades of mediocrity, rising to, and almost wins and big moments. And now, we are on the way to maybe being a title-winning team again. It feels special, and I feel pretty special having been a fan and a part of it, and with them through thick and thin. But yeah, and in the irrational way that we tie our lives to sports, I feel my own life being lifted. But yeah, so that's what's going on with me. And on into Q&As. Dark Wumpus asked, because she knew I wanted to tell this story. But she said, hey, what did you get up to this weekend? And she knows I competed in a eating challenge on Saturday. So when I was a young lad, I used to eat like a monster, just all the time. I loved eating, and it was just like, and it wasn't, ever so much that I developed like into a problem, and I was really active. So yeah, but and it wasn't like I would eat like a beast all the time. It was like I would have these moments where I would get like a giant plate of wings or like a whole pizza, and I was just like, this is so good, and I'm just not going to stop. And there's a very legendary story of me, a large 6-topping pizza, an order of breadsticks, 45 chicken poppers, and a couple of Netflix specials. But that guy is behind me now. I've been working hard on that. I realized, some of the actual kind of mental things that were leading me to eat exactly so much. But my friends were helping this run promo for a local shop that has really great burgers, and they put out this challenge to eat a five patty burger, a pound of fries, and a liter of Coke. And I thought, fuck. If you guys had made it impossible, I wouldn't have done it. But this is like just on the cusp of maybe being possible. And so I, like Michael Jordan coming out of retirement to play for the Wizards, I got all geared up to compete. I found, took it easy on food, made sure I had all of my performance enhancing intoxicants. And then, much like that fateful season, after a noble fight where I finished the burger, finished the Coke, but just couldn't get through the fries and the 25-minute time limit, I fell short. And yeah, anyway, it feels like the end of an era, the end of a time where I used to be like, I could just go crazy and eat that much food. Or where I was a guy who wanted to do that stuff. But yeah, so, and there's one last funny moment where, because I was on many of my preferred intoxicants, we got there and I didn't realize there was going to be like a live camera. My friend said, no, I thought you just like took the challenge, but it was like a competition. And so there were these two huge Costa Rican biker dudes who I'm facing off with, and they're riffing at me in Spanish, and I'm doing my best to respond, but also like, holy shit, I was not ready for this. And at one point, one guy was like, and like talking trash. I'm like, I'm gonna finish this whole thing, like, él no puede terminarlo. And I was like, and then the MC turns to me and he goes, and what's your response? And I was like, oh fuck, I don't know, I don't want to get in a fight with this guy. He's big, and I'll be a nice guy. What are we? Oh, it's a promo event. People, here. I sure love the burgers at this restaurant. Yeah, I'm just such, I like burgers, but oh man, this restaurant, you got such good burgers. I love it so much. And like everyone kind of took half a beat and was like, all right, and the next guy. And I was like, aha, I nailed it. It's like, when in doubt, just go into ass-kissing, shameless promotion. Anyway, so if you've got a question for me that you would like to hear answered, leave a comment and I'll check before next week. In the meantime, stay tuned for our upcoming releases. Wednesday and Friday for Public, with the hero versions already available. And I'll be sending y'all lots of love. Ciao.